Stop what you're doing right now, because what's about to unfold across America will absolutely blow your mind and change how you view January weather forever. I'm about to reveal something that has veteran meteorologists calling this the most dramatic pattern shift they've witnessed in their entire careers. At this very moment, nature is conducting the ultimate weather experiment with temperature contrasts so extreme, they're breaking forecasting computers. While some Americans are mowing lawns in 75-degree January heat, others are digging out from historic blizzards. And this is just the beginning. What I'm tracking for next week will make today's chaos look like child's play, and over 50 million people need to prepare now. Before I reveal the mind-blowing details, drop your exact location in the comments, because what's coming will impact virtually every American differently. The messages flooding my inbox are confirming something unprecedented. Our forecasts are matching reality with surgical precision across the entire continent. Texas viewers are texting me mowing lawns in January, while Colorado families can't leave their homes due to school canceling blizzards. But here's what will shock you. This insane contrast is about to trigger the most powerful winter weather machine the East Coast has seen in years. Mississippi residents are fleeing tornado warnings as I speak, while Ohio breaks temperature records with 60-degree January days. And every single report flooding in matches our analysis with terrifying accuracy, proving what's coming next is inevitable. The atmospheric collision I'm tracking will unleash winter fury from Virginia to Maine during Martin Luther King weekend. If you live anywhere along the I-95 corridor, what I'm about to reveal could determine whether you're prepared or caught completely off guard. The science behind this is so compelling that multiple forecasting models are showing the same shocking solution. Let me paint the picture of what's happening right now across this continent, and then you'll understand why next week changes everything. Houston viewers are wearing shorts and t-shirts in 75-degree weather, saying, "This is the mellowest winter I can recall after living here 55 years. Meanwhile, Garden City, Kansas reports snow nonstop all day, and New Mexico just buried under 7 inches in 8 hours overnight. Cleveland, Ohio residents are messaging 60 degrees today, extremely strange for dead of winter, while Tennessee reports almost 70 degrees and rainy. This temperature chaos isn't random. It's the precise setup needed for what meteorologists call a Miller Type A explosive storm development. But first, let me show you the severe weather nightmare unfolding right now, because this proves our pattern analysis is deadly accurate. Oklahoma viewers confirm tornado hit our little town yesterday morning in Purcell, exactly validating our severe weather forecasts. Mississippi residents report tornado warnings going off. It's been 70 to 73 degrees all night, with debris confirmed in Carthage. Texas areas are experiencing, quote, heavy rain, hail, wind this afternoon, while Louisiana faces multiple tornado warnings as we speak. Birmingham, Montgomery, and Mobile, you're next in line for this severe weather onslaught, so prepare multiple ways to receive warnings now. Atlanta and Columbus, Georgia residents should expect these storms this afternoon, though they'll be weakening as they push eastward. Now, here's where this story takes an absolutely mind-blowing turn that will leave winter weather fans speechless. The same atmospheric machinery creating today's severe weather chaos is about to flip the switch on the most favorable winter storm pattern in years. A pronounced jet stream dip is developing with staying power that extends not just through January 20th, but potentially through the entire month. This isn't your typical quick Arctic blast. This is a sustained pattern shift that creates multiple opportunities for blockbuster snowstorms. The European model is showing a clipper system diving down from Canada Tuesday, Wednesday, January 13th to 14th, setting the stage for what follows. Boston, Hartford, and Portland, Maine. This initial system is just the appetizer for the main course arriving Martin Luther King weekend. Here's where multiple models agree on something that sends chills down meteorologists' spines. A potential I-95 corridor monster storm. We're tracking low pressure that could explode to 971 millibars, creating a nor'easter capable of paralyzing major cities. Philadelphia, New York City, and Hartford residents need to understand. It's been years since a major snowstorm has hit the I-95 corridor. The GFS model is even more aggressive, showing intensification to 980 millibars, with continued strengthening into the dangerous 960 range. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Richmond, you're positioned perfectly in what could become the heaviest snow zone if this track verifies. But let me address the question burning in every Southern viewer's mind. What about snow chances for areas that haven't seen it in years? Louisiana viewers are saying snow is a curse for no snow in Louisiana, while Pennsylvania reports PA never gets snow anymore. East Texas viewers are begging, wish we had snow here, highlighting the desperate 4-year snow drought across much of the Southeast. Here's the incredible news that will give hope to millions. Yesterday's models showed 7 snow scenarios. Today, we're seeing over 20 possibilities. The European Ensemble is painting 40 to 50% snow chances across East Tennessee and 30 to 40% for northern South Carolina. Nashville, Knoxville, and Gatlinburg areas are showing greater than 50% probability for measurable snow between January 18th and 22nd. Raleigh, Charlotte, and Greensboro residents, you're sitting at about 40% chances, the highest we've seen during this entire snow drought. For Asheville, which averages 9 to 10 inches annually, and Greenville-Spartanburg at 5 to 6 inches, this could represent a season-saving event. Let me break down the timing because preparation windows are closing fast for what could be a historic weather sequence. Tuesday, Wednesday, January 13th to 14th. Light to moderate snow across New England as the pattern begins establishing. Thursday, Friday, January 15th to 16th. Secondary system possibilities near the coast, particularly affecting Cape Cod and eastern Massachusetts. Saturday, Monday, January 18th to 20th. The Big Show. Potential major storm during MLK weekend affecting millions from Virginia to Maine. Now let me show you the temperature validation that proves our atmospheric analysis is absolutely spot on. Ohio viewers report 63 degrees when last year we were creeping into the negatives. Exactly the warm air surge we predicted. Rochester, New York confirms 49 degrees, pretty strange for January, while North Alabama experiences 68 degrees in Decatur. South Carolina is, quote, looking at 76 today, and Central Florida reports mid-80s hot AC on, proving our warm sector forecast was perfect. This extreme warmth is creating the fuel needed for explosive storm development when it collides with incoming Arctic air. What makes this pattern absolutely extraordinary is the jet stream configuration becoming textbook for major East Coast snowstorms. We're talking about storms capable of dumping 12 to 24 inches across metropolitan areas that haven't seen significant snow in years. Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and the Outer Banks could experience their first major snowfall since the memorable storms of previous decades. The consistency across multiple model runs is what has meteorologists so excited about this developing pattern. When the GFS, European, and Canadian models start showing similar solutions, confidence levels skyrocket among forecasting professionals. Portsmouth, Concord, and Manchester, New Hampshire are positioned for potentially their biggest snowstorm in several winters. Providence, Worcester, and Springfield, Massachusetts sit perfectly in what could become a significant accumulation corridor. For business and travel planning, this pattern demands immediate attention because of its Martin Luther King weekend timing. Airlines serving Boston Logan, New York LaGuardia, JFK, and Philadelphia should prepare contingency plans for potential massive disruptions. School districts across the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic need to dust off winter weather protocols they haven't used in years. Now, I want you to understand the science behind why this pattern is so compelling for extended forecasting. The GFS model consistently shows phasing between northern and southern stream energy, the holy grail for southern snow production. This phasing mechanism is exactly what's needed to transport moisture back over cold air across the Carolinas and Georgia. Durham, Winston-Salem, and Greensboro residents should monitor this closely because phasing equals significant snow potential. The European model has been more conservative with southern snow, but shows excellent mountain potential across western North Carolina. Asheville, Boone, and mountain communities remain in the highest probability zones across all forecasting guidance. Let me explain the meteorological factors that make this pattern so exciting for long-range winter weather forecasting. Teleconnection patterns, like the North Atlantic Oscillation and Arctic Oscillation, are aligning perfectly for sustained cold air delivery. This atmospheric configuration typically persists 2 to 3 weeks, providing multiple storm opportunities rather than one-and-done events. Unlike brief Arctic shots, this pattern appears designed for sustained winter weather across the entire eastern United States. Snow removal operations in Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. should verify equipment readiness immediately. Salt and sand supplies need checking now before any winter weather advisories create supply shortages. Home heating systems deserve inspection, especially with potentially extended cold periods during late January. While eastern areas anticipate snow, western viewers are celebrating current success stories that prove snow is possible. Montana reports, finally snowing in Seeley Lake. Let it snow. While Denver celebrates, we finally got a couple inches, thank God. Southeastern Colorado confirms it's finally snowing here. And Arizona mountains report 16 degrees with truckers having trouble. These western snow successes prove that when atmospheric patterns align correctly, drought-breaking snow becomes reality. The European model ensemble shows remarkable consistency with 40% measurable snow probability for Charlotte and Raleigh. For the Virginia-North Carolina border region, ensemble guidance indicates greater than 50% probability for accumulating snow. These percentages represent exceptional opportunities for areas experiencing multi-year snow droughts. Columbia, South Carolina, and Augusta, Georgia sit on the southern edge but deserve close monitoring as patterns develop. Storm track positioning will ultimately determine how far south significant snow extends during this pattern. Travel and preparation considerations become critical as we approach these potential high-impact weather timeframes. Martin Luther King weekend travel plans along the I-95 corridor require flexibility and backup options. Amtrak services between Boston and Washington could face severe disruptions if major nor'easter development occurs. Interstate highways, including I-95, I-81, and I-77, could become extremely hazardous during significant snow events. Northern viewers accustomed to winter weather shouldn't become complacent because this could be an exceptional event. Burlington, Vermont, and Bangor, Maine should prepare for potentially historic snowfall amounts exceeding normal storm totals. Power companies across New England must review winter storm protocols, especially for coastal wind and snow combinations. The timing of this potential pattern makes it meteorologically significant because late January represents prime snowstorm season. Arctic air masses reach maximum intensity while coastal water temperatures provide optimal conditions for explosive storm development. The combination of established cold air and active southern stream energy creates perfect ingredients for major winter storms. Dover, Delaware, and Ocean City, Maryland represent critical transition zones where rain could change to heavy snow. Atlantic City and Cape May face classic coastal forecasting challenges, with temperatures supporting either snow or cold rain. Weather enthusiast communities should understand this pattern provides textbook examples of major winter storm development. Northern and southern stream energy phasing represents graduate-level meteorology happening in real time across our continent. Atmospheric science students can observe jet stream interactions, pressure evolution, and temperature gradient dynamics. Let me address common questions about extended winter weather forecasting and why we discuss storms weeks in advance. Pattern recognition allows identification of atmospheric setups that historically produce significant weather events. While specific details change, overall pattern signatures provide valuable preparation and planning information. Responsible meteorology means explaining both potential outcomes and uncertainties associated with extended forecasts. That's why I emphasize trend watching rather than fixating on specific snowfall amounts this far in advance. Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Outer Banks represent challenging areas where slight track changes create dramatically different outcomes. Storm tracks 50 miles offshore mean cold rain instead of heavy snow for these vulnerable coastal communities. Conversely, tracks closer to shore could deliver significant accumulation to areas rarely experiencing winter weather. Agricultural interests across the Southeast should prepare for prolonged cold periods affecting crops and livestock operations. Extended freezing requires preparation for protecting sensitive vegetation and ensuring adequate livestock shelter. Water pipe protection becomes essential for areas unaccustomed to sustained below-freezing temperatures. The Southeast snow drought makes this developing pattern particularly significant for millions of residents. Charlotte to Atlanta areas haven't experienced meaningful snow accumulation in multiple years. Drought-breaking snow events create lasting memories and significant societal impacts when they occur. School systems in the Carolinas and Georgia have limited recent experience with major winter weather events. Emergency management agencies should review winter weather response protocols and public communication systems. Retail businesses should consider winter supply stocking as demand spikes dramatically during rare snow events. International weather patterns supporting this potential outbreak include favorable Arctic oscillation trends. Pacific Ocean temperature patterns encourage active storm development across the southern United States. These larger-scale patterns provide background environments for rapid individual storm system intensification. Understanding these connections explains why multiple storm opportunities exist rather than isolated events. Canadian viewers in Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa should expect increased winter weather activity from this pattern. Cross-border storm systems often impact regions from Great Lakes through maritime provinces. Specific preparation recommendations vary by region and potential storm scenarios under consideration. Northern New England should prepare for heavy snowfall with power outage possibilities from wet, heavy snow. Generators, battery backups, and alternative heating sources deserve attention before winter weather develops. Southern New England faces rain-snowline challenges requiring preparation for both flooding and winter scenarios. Mid-Atlantic regions should prepare for potentially historic snowfall with widespread transportation and business impacts. Southeast regions need unusual cold weather preparation with potential snow requiring non-traditional winter planning. Vehicle emergency kits become important even in areas where winter driving conditions rarely occur. As we conclude this comprehensive pattern analysis, let me summarize key points for different audiences. Weather enthusiast. This represents the most significant winter pattern development we've tracked this entire season. General public. Begin winter weather preparation thinking, especially residents between Virginia and Maine. Business community. Monitor developments closely for potential Martin Luther King Day weekend operational impacts. Emergency management. Review winter weather protocols and communication systems for your jurisdiction immediately. Multiple models show remarkable agreement on significant pattern changes favoring sustained winter weather opportunities. Whether this manifests as one major storm or multiple events remains uncertain, but potential is undeniable. The atmospheric pattern is becoming increasingly favorable for East Coast winter weather after years of disappointment. I'll track every model run, every trend change, and every development as this remarkable pattern evolves. Your real-time reports have validated every aspect of our forecast accuracy from Texas warmth to Colorado snow to Mississippi tornadoes. When viewers confirm exactly as predicted from Kansas blizzards to Ohio record heat, professional meteorology proves its worth. This forecasting precision gives us confidence in what's approaching, the pattern that could end the East Coast snow drought. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications enabled and keep sharing your location reports for continued forecast validation. Share this analysis with friends and family in potentially affected areas because preparation time may become limited. The excitement building in winter weather communities is justified. This could be the pattern millions have awaited. From potential record snowfall in major cities to drought-ending accumulation across the Southeast, the possibilities are extraordinary. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay tuned because January's weather story is entering its most dramatic chapter. This has been your comprehensive winter weather pattern analysis, and the next update could reveal history in the making. Until then, keep monitoring conditions and remember, when science meets real-world validation, incredible forecasts become inevitable reality. Thank you for watching, and prepare yourself for what could be the most memorable winter weather sequence in years.